Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting list video. Today, Travis, Bryn, and myself are going to be talking about our favorites and least favorite rogue assets. This is our third that we've done in this series, and we're going to keep it going with Rogue today, Mystic next week, and then Survivor the week after that. I'm going to go to the next phase that we go here.
Hey,
We're going to start with
do you
first...
normally say my name first when you introduce us?
No, I change it up each week.
Okay, I was gonna say it sounded weird this week.
Yeah, normally, I like to do it alphabetical. I go like Bryn, Travis, then myself, because I should be last, right? But
Well, yeah, that's just proper English most
yeah,
of the time.
but no, I like to change it up. But
Okay.
here, we're going to start with our favorites. Bryn, why don't you start us off with one of your favorites?
We got the Mauser C96. There's a whole lot of assets that this could have been, but this is one of the assets where you see it and you're like, wow, maybe green isn't just bad at everything. Maybe green can do something better than anyone, literally anybody, figuratively anybody, whatever, it doesn't matter. Uh, like this gun is better in most ways than, or at least one way, than the 45 automatic. Now we get 5 bullets.
Mhm.
Beyond that, it's actually very similar, where we get, +2 on the upgraded one and +1 damage and +1 and +1 damage on the level 0.
Yep.
But also we can't use it for more than one combat in a turn unless we're good.
Which you hope to be.
Which, yeah, you hope to be.
Yeah.
And the upgraded one just is like, how big can you make your punch score be? Let's go.
One thing I really like about the Mauser is that those moments where you hit, then you kill something, and you don't unexhausted, and you're like, oh, frick. There's something else I need to kill, but luckily I'm a rogue, and I'll just evade it and do it next turn. My next one over here is Underworld Support. This is one of my favorite assets. And it really comes down to, like, at first I saw this card and I'm like, one-ofs, that's poopy. And most of the time, it is kind of poopy to still make your deck be full of one-ofs. However, when you focus your deck to be an Underworld Support deck, you can really take advantage of it. So, like, this works really well with investigators with, the investigator with a smaller deck size that I can think of the top of my head that can run it, like Mr. Skids O'Toole, Parallel Skids. You can make a really small, really tight, really efficient deck that focuses on your exceptional assets, because with his already small deck and then an even smaller deck, you actually can, like, really get the cards you want on your mulligan and just, like, go to town with it and basically play with the really expensive things that you put into your deck. I've also built a Zoe Samaras Underworld Support deck, and it was also really good. It's just like you have to kind of like build around it, but it is very fun to explore and have like the smaller thing, the smaller deck size. And then as well as the card pool gets bigger and better, there's going to be just more... the word is slipping through my brain right now.
More redundant copies.
Yeah, redundancy.
Of effects.
Yeah, the redundancy is going to just be so high that you won't even really feel it, and you'll just have a smaller deck. Ultimately, I think that's probably a bad thing, because Underworld Support is at its best when you have to build around it. You can't just, like, get a smaller deck and still kick ass. Because it's fun that it's still good, and why I like it is that it still can be bad. You're just like, I'm going to make this an Underworld Support deck. That is not always the correct choice. But when you can, and to have an investigator that takes advantage of it, it's a very fun time.
So if you play a Wendy Adams Underworld Support deck, you can also play Short Supply and just start the game with, like, no cards in your deck.
Yeah, and just like, Travis once did a Wendy Adams with all of the, like, impromptu stuff. You only get to run one of them, of each. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe someone will do that. That might be one of the... That could be one of the good Underworld Sports, or it could also be one of the bad ones. Time will tell.
I mean, that might be neat if you are playing like I did in that Bob deck, and you play scavenging and then a bunch of ways to try and get it back. So you can get back, like, the advanced amulet, and you can play all the events at your discard pile.
Yeah, that seems fun.
But
It's all, yeah, it's also one of those things too that you could also just do that with just a normal Wendy deck.
You definitely could.
Yeah.
You definitely could. Also, you would be less likely to just get, hosed by your abandoned and alone.
Yes, yeah. Man, yeah, that would be great. Travis, what do you got for your first of your 3 favorites?
This is High Roller. I like this card because I think it's a really elegant design. It's very supportive of most rogue archetypes. It gives you +2 to help you succeed at your succeed by X tests. It rewards you for having resources. It gives you skill boosts if you are playing a sort of dragon resource deck while still not depleting your resources, and then it acts as a way to boost your skills in more spending resource decks where you don't actually have to spend them. I think it's a really elegant card design. It's level 2, so you can play it in like sort of off-green investigators as well. Card.
Are there any cards that you get a benefit if you gain resources? Because that feels like a rogue, like the next step of rogue to explore, and this card would then also, because you were just like you were saying, it fits into a lot of rogue archetypes. I was like, that would also be a pretty sick way to support that archetype. If it ever
I'd be surprised if we got like a rogue investigator at some point who said like whenever you gain resources from a card effect, gain 1 more.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be a good investigator ability.
All right, let's keep it going. Bryn, what's your next one here?
You should play High Roller with Dark Horse, so then you can both have money and not have money.
Spend 3, gain 3. Let's go. And
as
then
long
if
as you have exactly 3.
Yeah.
As long as you have exactly 3.
That's like, like some sort of like I got 3 pennies in my pocket type deal,
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going to the next one. Bryn, what do you got next?
I got the Garrote Wire. This card's just cool.
Yeah, it is.
It takes up the accessory slot instead of a hand slot. It's a weapon. For some reason, it's not illicit. It's probably just because it's piano wire. But I guess you can buy that normally.
Only rich people have pianos.
Yeah. And it just feels really good when you have built a deck to make this work, or you're playing a campaign with basic cultist or what have you.
Yeah. It is like just also like I think like a perfectly green card because it's an extra action, but you just have to like jump through a very specific hoop to get it, which is like green.
Yeah. This card also plays terribly with Relentless.
But what plays good with Relentless?
Actually, as I've come to discover, pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Imagine my surprise.
Yeah. I remember, so one of the comments was like, when, because the first episode of Dark Matter went up, and Bryn got like 1 resource on his Relentless, and someone was like, Travis was right. And it's like, it is bad, but it's like, yeah, but like, Bryn's not over here saying it's good.
I mean, I think I specifically was saying that it's good.
All right, never mind then. Never mind. Scratch that.
I literally said that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said exactly that, and Travis yelled at me.
All right, okay. Then I am wrong. I am wrong. My next favorite card is well connected. This is like a green card. This is you use your money, you hoard your resources, you get skill points. You can use this, the level 3 or the level 01. I think they're both good for different reasons. Obviously, if you're going like big money, you feel the benefit of the level 3 version more. And what I also like as well is that this works for the 2 types of money decks in Rogue. Whether you go like the Dragon way of just getting eventually like +8 to 2 tests a turn, or even if you're just trying to like have like spend a lot of your money and you have like you're gonna like hover around 10 resources. It's really good at just, also giving you an unexpected courage every turn as well. It also works really well in that one parallel skids deck I was just talking about, which made me like, look at Dark Horse now and just be like, get out of here. You know that meme where like the guy's walking with the girl and he's looking over his shoulder at the other girl? That's well connected, and then Dark Horse is looking at me like, what the fuck, man? I thought you loved me. Travis, who do you got here?
This is Priest of Two-Face. This is another card design that I think is really well done, where it supports the Bless and the Cursed archetypes very efficiently. And then like he's cheap experience and resource wise. Just take up your ally slot, but that's okay because you generally don't mind throwing him away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say about this guy. It's just another card design that I think is well designed for its niche.
Yeah.
He's the guy that the Eldritch Sophist is playing chess against.
Yeah.
And the Eldritch Sophist is like, when you throw away your preconceptions, anything is possible. And he moves his rook like diagonally. He's like, checkmate. And this guy's like, I'm playing white now. You lose.
Yeah. There's a big scandal right now in the chess community about people cheating, and I think what we got to do is we just got to get Bryn in a high-level chess tournament and just have him like change the game completely.
How do you cheat in chess?
There's a joke right now. Someone said that the guy had a butt plug, like a butt plug in, and it was vibrating, and someone was Morse coding him directions.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I suggest going down the rabbit hole of the chess subreddit. It's a good time. Let's keep this going. Next one here. What do you got, Bryn?
I got the Crystallizer of Dreams. This is the most powerful card in all of Arkham. It allows you to take your events and put them into the Crystallizer of Dreams, and then take them back out again to commit them to skills. Mm-hmm. It's incredibly powerful. And all you have to pay for it is the low price of, these jellyfish are like, stop stealing my eggs.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, but they're stupid and they won't catch you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like when I look at a card and I'm like, this is a Bryn card because it's just like more value on your value. Right?
Yeah.
Like
there's a lot of events that commit for like 2 of the same pip.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, every time that I play one of my events, I'm going to draw a skill card. Which is great, because then you don't have to play skill cards. So,
yeah. Are you ever going to build a deck where you have Astronomical Atlas and this, and you like, you just like never, like you get like 3 uses out of each of your cards?
Maybe.
Yeah. That seems like the next step.
Yeah. Yeah, the next logical progression.
Yeah. More value. Yeah. And then you find a way, then we just need a way to find a way to use it from the discard pile again, and then you get 4 uses out of 1 card, and then,
And we're really going.
It's just value all the way down. My guy here is Priest of Two Faiths. Like Travis, I think this is a very, very well-designed card, and I think that it's also just really good outside of even the blessed and cursed archetype. However, it does a phenomenal job at making that archetype even better. Whether it be paradoxical, because it's blessed, so Father Mateo can take advantage of it. Whether you use advantage for Dexter and just like play it for free and then kill the man. Whether you use it in even like someone like Leo and just play it for free and then throw it through the meat grinder. There's just a lot of ways that this very small little man who cheats at chess is able to take advantage of in the game. And I think it's just a great, well-designed card.
Yeah. You are right about playing him in Leo. He's non-unique, so Mitch can actually carry 2 of these guys, just dragging them around for soak or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Cursed Leo. It's a thing. It's probably a thing. Him with Rheostrad would be a good time. Yeah. All right, Travis, what's your last favorite card before you get to start poo-pooing green? Because I know you're looking forward to that.
Yay. This is the 25 on max, specifically level 2/1. Once again, this is just a card design that I really like. It fits in very nicely with what they've printed for Green Investigators for the most part. Lets you it lets you fight in exchange for evading things, and is a reward for evading things, which I think that Green generally doesn't have enough of, at least in the fighting side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very fun card to play.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's good too. It's just a good card.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Travis is just showing up to the Forgotten Age like, don't worry, I'll evade that snake.
Pow!
Just kidding.
Yeah. I can't say
Take
no to
that.
value. The reaction trigger's there. I gotta do it. Yeah. All right. Let's go to our least favorites. We each have our 3 least favorite rogue assets here. Bryn, why don't you start us off?
I got the gold pocket watch. Now, as usual, I'm going to lead off by saying that I don't hate this card. I actually like it a lot. But what I hate about it is that I feel like I'm always pressured to spend XP on it. Like, by myself. Because it's so strong. But at 8 XP, it also means that you can't really buy other things for your deck at a stage that matters. Which is fine, I guess. If this were a yellow card, it would not be exceptional.
Yeah. Well, because that's the green mechanic.
That's
and then also
what we do. We pay twice as much as our... I mean, this card is actually worth 8 XP.
Yeah.
But, like, we also have to pay twice as much as yellow investigators do.
Don't be a baby.
I'm not being a baby. I'm just stating fact.
I was going to include this one of my favorites just because, like, I've never bought it. And I've always got to use it when you guys have used it, and it always feels great. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, even just in our Survivor run, which is crazy that this card's in the Survivor run, but that's, you know, Edge of the Earth investigators for you. Travis really, he tricked the challenge run designers there. They're like, wait a minute. But, yeah, card's great, but, you know, it wouldn't be a list without Bryn tweaking it a little bit. Mine here is Burglary. I think I've seen this card played like once, and it's I know like someone in the comments is gonna be like, in this one case, the card is good. But like realistically, that's every card in Arkham now, except for like Relentless. So I'm not that impressed when in one case the card is good. Like when we're looking at cards now, we should really be seeing like how good is it generally, like where can it like really fit. And I think this card is now just also completely outclassed by like all other resource production at this point. It's cool, it's illicit, so like maybe with the new Underworld market it'll find like a home, but it's just like when I was going through flipping through the binder, this was the card I always stopped at, pointed at, and being like, I think I don't like you. And then at the end I was like, no, you're the one I don't like. You're on the list. Travis, what do you got?
It's a suggestion. I think this card's just kind of like a wasted design right now. Both versions of it, because there's no investigator who like really wants it. Most green investigators have low brain to add to their foot, so you're better off just playing a different card that boosts your foot. And then for the investigators that do have like high brain that they might want to compensate their foot for, they also don't want this because they're like Dexter, who can just play the purple spells.
Yep.
And Safina, who would rather play an event. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can also play this in Akachi.
Yeah, but she also gets access to the purple evasion spells.
Yeah, but this is like better.
It's not though.
Yeah, it never runs out.
How many times do you really need, like, man, Missive Raylight comes in with like 6 charges if you're playing Akachi. How many times do you need to evade enemies in a scenario?
So many, because I haven't been killing them because I'm playing cards like this instead of weapons.
You also have to exhaust this. You can only evade once per turn, so a lot of situations where evasion is good, you do not get. You can also just play like Ineffable Truth and like kill them while you're evading them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that because they're snakes and you'll be mad.
Then you can play Missive Relay and get another action in addition to evading them.
Yeah, but you can only evade so many times.
Oh no!
That's a stupid argument, Brad.
I see what you mean though, Travis. Because like, what suggestion does that those cards don't do is that you also get like you're basically using your foot, so you can commit cards to it. But no rogues care about that right now, right? Because they became the low brain class, like after this card came out. It was like, ooh, this card's gonna be fun, and then it's just like, no, they all have 1 and 2 brain for the rest of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's solid in Safina, and probably nowhere else. Although Safina does also have access to those other purple evade with your brain effects, but this lets her evade at 8, which is a very big number.
Yeah, but you could also just play like ghost form.
Yeah, but then you have to be a ghost and you can't do damage that turn.
But you do
You
get
can
to turn
play
into
blinding.
a ghost. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
you get turned into a ghost. You can also play Blinding Light, I guess. It's a purple card you can play.
Yeah. I know well that Blinding Light is a purple card you can play. Yes.
What a statement. I like that. I don't know why. All right.
Well, you see, I played this stupid old man once, and he had to play only events, and I had to find a way to kill things with yellow and purple events.
Yep. There we go. That's poor Norman Withers. All right, let's keep this going. What do you got, Bryn?
I got Lonnie Ritter. She's another ally in the cat or another card in the category of I don't actually hate this. I just hate how it plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do like green having a level 0 ally option that boosts your combat.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. That's needed for most green characters if you want to play them as a fighter. What I don't like about her is that you also have to play the leather jacket. Mm-hmm. Because there are no other green items, at least last time I checked, which was a point in the past, that could take more than 1 damage. Mm-hmm. I guess you could play the trench coat, but that card's awful.
You can play heavy furs now as well.
Yeah, I guess. Like, might not be god awful.
Just in green, but
yeah. Just like this card feels like a blue card in every possible way.
Yeah.
And not not a green way to boost your punch. And that's like, I guess, my gripe with it, really.
That's fair.
Is like that, and how it actually takes up at least 4 of your deck slots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got Decorated Skull, specifically the level 3 version, because the level 0 version isn't good, but I love it because it isn't good. But just because, like, why wasn't this level 2? Like, the only investigator who wants this, someone's going to say Akachi. And to that I say, fair. We did a sick-ass deck where Travis was lightsaber drinking from the skull, and it was a good time. But, like, your deck would probably just be better if you were running the frickin' Jewel of Aureolus if you want to draw cards or gain resources, right? And the investigator who would love this card, Mr. Leo Anderson, can't play it. And it just always bothers me. Because, like, now this card just doesn't have, like, a home, right? Like, yeah, you can do, like, janky, fun stuff with it, and maybe that's, like, what the goal of the card was, but I think you could still do that janky, fun stuff even if it was 2 experience. And it just makes me mad. And I'm mad.
You probably could have built like a neat Dexter deck as well with this, where you just churn through allies, if it was level 2.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's kind of just a missed opportunity.
It took so much away from you.
Yeah. And they can't even fix it with Taboo. It's just always going to live here in this weird spot.
Yeah, we need a new return to box.
Yeah.
So that we can make a level 2 version of this that reads exactly the same.
And, like, if they're worried about, like, even just, like, if it cost, like, I don't know, 1, right? Like, who cares? Like, let's just let Leo drink Mitch Brown from the skull.
Yeah. The only thing that I've got left with this card is waiting for Travis to drink Justin from the skull.
Yes, that's my hope as well. I hope one day someone drinks me from the skull. We were close. All right, Travis, what do you got here?
This is Unscrupulous Loan. I don't like this card because it feels kind of like cheating in standalone mode, mostly. So the drawback just doesn't matter. It should have been like a campaign mode only card, in my opinion. That being said, like, I think it's a neat design for campaign mode, but I think that was an oversight on their part. That's all I really have to say about this card. The only reason I don't like it.
All
Yeah,
right.
not unfair. The exile cards do mostly feel like kind of cheating.
Yeah.
Well, this one in particular.
Yeah. This one and Burn After Reading.
Yeah, this one and Burn After Reading, they're both kind of
Silly.
you have to do like a personal ban for standalone. All right. Let's keep it going. What do you got for your least favorite card, Bryn?
I've got one of my first ever interactions with green cards. The Switchblade from the core set. That's right. You didn't misread it. It does nothing. That's pretty much it. It costs you a card and a resource, and you don't get anything for it.
Mm-hmm.
Bryn, for the low cost of one action, you can fight.
Yes.
Yeah, you can fight.
like the base game rules allow me to.
You could just take a non-basic fight action for one action.
Yeah, basic, Bryn.
Yeah.
Don't sell this card short.
Sure, it does say on it +1 damage, but it's also gated behind if you succeed by 2 or more in a class where the fighters all have 3 fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was just like the beginning of a very, very unhappy green. Like Hugh Kermit the Frog. Like it's not easy being green.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised they've stayed. They remained your favorite color after that. Because
I mean, like part of it was like every time that I do something, Travis being like, "Why don't you just play like yellow cards? It'll do it better." And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna make this fucking Switchblade work."
And also because Travis took
doesn't.
the yellow cards.
Yeah, and like we didn't have access to 3 collections at this point, so.
Yeah.
I played other cards.
Yeah, you played,
like,
you
why
played
don't
purple
you
and
play
blue.
with this
You played
Dr.
purple and
Milan
blue.
guy? He's pretty good. No, he's not. Because we didn't think he was very good at that point either. Yeah. No, anyway. This card just sucks. I hate it.
I got Unscrupulous Loan. To echo kind of what Travis said too, like definitely the standalone mode. This card is kind of just stupid in standalone mode, but it's also just like too good because it's a 3 experience, like get 10 resources for nothing. If you're playing big money, you're never going to exile this card. You're just going to put down, get 10 money, get +2 on all of your well-connecteds until the end of time. And a survivor is like never going to take this. Like right now but like who knows what next expansion Survivor's going to have like, "Ooh, we're the big money class now," the way Survivor mechanics go. But this is just red because of exile when it could have also just been green. It's just like it's a very issue with the multi-class cards is that like some of them don't feel like they're 2 classes, right?
Yeah, they just stapled mechanics onto them to make them. They're like, see, it's a other color too.
Yeah, and this one I think is like the biggest issue with that because it just says exile. This could have been a rogue card. And like I said, like maybe one day there's going to be this Survivor where we want this. Like you're like, I'm going to just absolutely fuck up my fire axe. Watch me do this. And just,
Yeah, they designed a lot of the gold cards in this game like Magic designs gold cards when they should have designed them as hybrid cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, in fairness, the red investigator from this cycle does also possibly want to take this.
That is true, but he's still only taking it with the green side of his deck, not the red side.
No, he isn't. It's Bob Jenkins, Justin.
Yeah, but he upgrades into rogues,
He can't
right?
take it because it's red. He can take it because it's
Oh, yeah, no, I got him backwards, damn it.
It always gets somebody. Once a week it gets one of us, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, like, flavor-wise, it makes sense.
Yeah. I just think
as to why it's the 2.
Yeah.
But, mechanic-wise, not so much.
To me, though, my biggest... I'm going to keep playing this card if I'm building a big money deck because I want to win the game. It's just, I think, way too strong for a big money deck. It's just, here, I'll get rich and basically turn on, like, half of your black fan, right? Like, if you're also doing that. It's just too wild to me. It's too strong. But I'll keep playing it, even though I hate it. Travis, what's your last card we got here?
Yes, Pocket Telescope. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that I don't like this card because you're only going to play it if you intend... You're only playing it if the look at other locations ability is good, and then it really is... Like, when it's good, it's kind of too good.
Yeah.
It kind of, like, ruins the scenario.
Yep.
Which, like, hey, maybe they shouldn't design cards that ruin scenarios. Maybe they shouldn't design ruinable scenarios. But they have, and they did. So here we are. And, yeah, this card's, like... It feels kind of fun to get one over on the game, but past that, it's just kind of like... We're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's Justin's favorite thing though. In this one corner case deck, like where you're playing Rex Murphy in true solo, this card is nuts without looking at other locations.
That actually,
you just get to zip through locations, and you're like, I'll investigate as though were there. I succeed by 2. I'll take a clue here too, though.
yeah, like what I like about Pocket Telescope is when you're not trying to, like, you know, use the look at to break a scenario, but rather like for example, if Amanda Sharp was just using the bottom action to get 3 uses, like 3 investigates for a good card on her, like underneath her, that's like a good Pocket Telescope interaction. But I agree. I saw what Travis did in Innsmouth with this telescope, and I enjoyed it because we benefited from it, but it was also like one of those things where it was like, this probably shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, like most of the time you would use it to like look at other locations. You're probably better off just playing one of Yellow's movement cards, though.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, oh my God, I'm not here. Oh no. Anyways, this is the end of this video. Our this week's Patreon contribution is by D Scarpack, where Haste is their favorite, and Tennessee Sour Mash is their least favorite asset. Huge thank you to everyone who watched this episode, as well as everyone who supported us on Patreon. We really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments what your favorite and least favorite rogue assets are and why. And we'll be back next week to talk about Mystic ones. It should be a good time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.